too close.
Yeah, you don't
for
want to see
comfort.
that in your front yard, especially if you have little dogs and cats running around.
Yeah, it's a serious threat for sure, Steve. You know, the threat we've been dealing with weather-wise this weekend has been the wind, but that's now backed off. It was another warm weekend, but we got clear skies, and because we're not going to have the wind hanging around tonight, our temperatures are going to go way down. We're talking about in the 30s, waking up Monday morning if you're back to work and school. In the hills, similar situation here. I think a touch warmer, about 43 degrees just before the sun pokes up, and look how cold it is at the lake. We've got temperatures in the teens here. Same story in Truckee and Markleeville as well. We're expecting overnight lows here of about 13 degrees, but it is cold across the board, just a couple degrees above freezing in both Stockton and Modesto. You have to head to the Delta if you want some temperatures in the 40s, with Fairfield checking in at 43 degrees. So yeah, we're cooler than where we should be at this point in the year for that overnight temperature, but by day tomorrow, looking good. We'll have plenty of sun overhead, shooting for a temperature of 64. Still going to be a bit breezy, but not as windy as we've seen over the last 48 hours. So many 60s up and down the valley as you head toward the hills as well. Jackson will keep you at 58 and Sonora 57 degrees. Next 48 hours looks like this. Still plenty of sun and still those temperatures in the 60s. It's been 8 days in a row of temperatures 60 degrees or warmer. So still a little breezy on Monday, but look, by Tuesday, those winds completely back off, still out of the north at about 5 miles per hour. Look, no rain last week, no rain this week, and it's looking like no rain next week either. So that's not good news. We're now starting to run a deficit. We are more than an inch below where we should be. We haven't seen a drop of rain in more than 1 week. And again, I think by the time it's all said and done, so this is now out toward January 21st, we'll keep that dry pattern going. So I think if we see any rain, we're going to end up getting about a 3-week stretch of no rain at all. Talking temperatures tomorrow, we'll keep many of you in the 60s. We go to the San Joaquin Valley, touch cooler, Modesto at 61 degrees. And as we head toward Yolo and Solano, look at that, 59 in Vacaville. It was a couple of days ago, you were at 75 degrees. Huge change there. 62 in Davis. Up in Quincy, 49 degrees. Verde in Sierra County checking in at 37 degrees. And talk about a big drop in those temperatures. Truckee and South Lake Tahoe just a few days ago in the 50s. So your temperatures are down by about 20 degrees with that cooler air punching in. Amador, Calaveras, and Tuolumne, many of you in the 50s. Kirkwood at 30 degrees. And the next 7 days, again, not showing a drop of rain. For the most part, temperatures will be in the 60s. I'm thinking Thursday and Friday will probably drop out of the 60s, upper 50s. Otherwise, a lot of sun in the hills and the Sierras, Steve. So it's getting a bit concerning with no rain in that extended forecast. Back to you.
I was looking at those overnight lows, though. Those are pretty dang low.
Steve, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
You're right. Some very cold mornings next week. Could be some of the coldest air so far this season. The last time it was this cold, around Thanksgiving.
All right, bundle up. Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome.